Theodore, hi. How you doing? I got your work lined up here. Thanks for giving me the before and after. This is smart, and the reason is because so we can actually see the results without having to open up Photoshop. So that's great. Although, um, did my Acrobat just crashed out? I think. No, there it goes. All right, so this is good. We see the before and the after. Now we can clearly see that the before has a green tint overcast to the shadow. And I think you've overcompensated by adding too much red. And we'll talk about that in 1 second. Let's take a look at the other. This one's looking really good. Actually, this one's looking excellent. Really nice job there. I think that's a very fair and objective set of corrections. Good job. Let's take a look at the PSDs. Let me close those and go to your Photoshop documents and let's see what's going on. I want to check for proficiency there. The first thing I'm seeing here is that you've placed these images into Photoshop, and right here is an indication of that. That little smart object is placed as a smart object, which is great if you're going to place images. However, this particular assignment, you just need to open the image in Photoshop and duplicate the background. That way you have a working file as well as your editable file, okay? Always save a backup, always. You've got your adjustment, your brightness color adjustment layer. That's great. I think that did a good job. Then this color, this is where I think the infractions come in. So if we take a look at the properties here and just look at the image, because I can see that, I can clearly see just from the based on this, where your sliders are, there's too much red in the image. So I'm just going to pull back. I'm going to pull some of that red out of there. I'm going to pull some of that magenta back towards the green side also. Not too much. I don't want it green. Okay, and that I think is a better reproduction. I mean, I'm sorry, a better a representation of what that scene may have originally looked like. Let's take a look at the other one. Again, this is a placed object. You've got a brightness, you've got an exposure. Now, as we can see, the before of this image is just, this image is really blown out, as we can see right here in the sand. However, there are some details in this sand that we can bring out. Let me show you what I would have done with this image. First thing I would have done is a levels adjustment layer, and then I would have, let's take a look at this. Notice I pull this guy in here. Now the dark is missing so many pixels that I can probably get away with pulling this slider all the way into where these pixels start to build up. And that's, as you can see, that's really starting to bring out some of the detail in the shadow areas and in the chairs and some of this area in the sand itself. So if I pull back on the light and just a little bit, I'm not even going to touch that. But I also want to just come back a little bit on the midtones, just to make sure that we get all of those really nice little textured areas in the sand, okay? And that's how I would have handled that. So, you know, adjustment layers are where it's at. So you're doing a good job. I think that the main thing I'm seeing is the issue of you're placing these images as opposed to just opening them. That's why you have this big color pixel-less background, okay? Good job, thanks.